You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. I'm Ken Bufa. The driver accused of driving drunk and killing two Roslyn Middle School students is back in court today. Our Cecilia Dowd is in Mineola with the update.
Again, we are filled to capacity for the courtroom for the Singh case.
Once again, hundreds packed a courthouse for the appearance of defendant Amandeep Singh. A community coming together in grief, mourning the loss of 14-year-olds Drew Hassenbein and Ethan Falkowitz. The boys were killed last week after Singh allegedly drove drunk at more than twice the legal limit. Cops said the four teens in the vehicle had nowhere to go as Singh drove the wrong way on North Broadway in Jericho, swerving in and out of lanes.
I think it's really important and really nice to see actually that many of the people in Roslyn were here because we love these kids and we want to see justice done, and we don't want someone who was a drunk driver and killed two people to be let out.
We just want to be here for them. We just feel so horrible about what happened. We just want to really be there to support them.
What happened was awful, and we want them to know that we support what's happening, and we really want this man to be put away.
The court appearance was very brief. Another court date was set for June 6th, and bail conditions remain the same, meaning Singh remains behind bars because he was remanded. Singh's attorney said his client and his family are devastated by this loss.
They're mourning the deaths of these children. They feel terrible. They're devastated by the whole thing.
I asked Singh's attorney where his client was coming from the night of the crash, and he wouldn't comment on that. Police had said Singh was so intoxicated he thought he was in New Jersey. Again, his next court date has been scheduled for June 6th. I'm reporting from Mineola, Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
And by air and by sea, crews are searching for a missing Massapequa man off the shore of South Shore. James Jaronzik went overboard in the Great South Bay yesterday afternoon around 4:30. Police say the 28-year-old was alone on a 22-foot speedboat when he fell into the water. And first in Newsday, Suffolk County agencies are teaming up to make sure money is not an obstacle when it comes to providing care to abused and neglected animals.
Our agencies have partnered with FACTS, a nonprofit organization that has pledged to offer financial assistance directly to animal victims wherever they may be housed, fostered, or treated.
Stony Brook-based Fund for Animal Cruelty of Suffolk will help pay for the care of animals that are the subject of prosecutions and investigations by the DA's office, county police, and the sheriff's department. All right, one tiny Nassau community is cracking down on aggressive driving. This is a story you'll see only in Newsday. The village of Saddle Rock launched its own ticketing monitor system at stop signs, and violators could face a $60 ticket.
This was not a program to generate income. This was programmed to enhance the security and safety on these residents. That's it. If I can get close to 100% compliance multiple months in a row, I see no need for this. We may do away with it. If I see it deteriorating, we may have to come back to it.
So here's the thing. It's unclear whether the Saddle Rock initiative is actually legal, and there is no state law that allows for camera enforcement at stop signs. Now, Suffolk County grand jury could bring criminal charges against CPS workers involved in the Thomas Valva child abuse case. Our Macy Eglin has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Where did the breakdown happen here? How did this happen?
Many Long Islanders still asking those questions after the death of Thomas Valva. Now, a Suffolk County grand jury is looking into it. The probe could focus on the actions of Child Protective Services caseworkers, law guardians for the Valva boys, and other officials involved in their care.
The subpoena power of this grand jury could potentially lead to a lot more answers regarding what happened to little Thomas before his death and if it could have been prevented.
There were numerous occasions where Child Protective Services were notified of it. They were well aware of what was going on in that home.
Retired state Supreme Court Judge William Condon presided over the Michael Valva trial.
We can never let this happen again.
and says the DA's grand jury investigation is appropriate. The panel has the ability to call key witnesses, including Thomas's siblings or caseworkers, and subpoena CPS documents, which were not seen in the Valva trial. Professor Fred Klein of Hofstra Law School says it could force the truth.
If they are found to have lied, they can be criminally prosecuted for perjury. In New York State, it is not a crime to lie to a police officer or another investigator, but it is a crime to be sworn in to testify in the grand jury and then to purposely lie.
Based on the findings, the grand jury could release a report potentially naming specific people who would be given a chance to respond. The grand jury could also announce indictments.
It would be fairly unique, but it's certainly possible depending upon the facts.
Both Professor Klein and Judge Condon agree it's likely that recommendations will be made to change how the system operates, including adjusting CPS laws or simply calling for more caseworkers.
This is tough work. These people have a very, very difficult job. If you have a caseload that is too burgeoning and you feel like you can't responsibly handle all of it, sometimes mistakes are made.
It could be months or even a year before we see a grand jury report or possible indictments. These investigations are secret, and Judge Condon says it is a crime for anyone to talk about what's happening inside a grand jury. For NewsdayTV, I'm Macy Eglund.
Thomas's father, Michael Valva, and Angela Polina were both sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Now, for more on the grand jury investigation, go to our homepage and click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box. And some Suffolk workers could soon be compelled to share what they know about the cyber attack that crippled county computer systems.
In the course of our investigation, we had contact with a number of county employees who have relevant information. They indicated either directly or through their counsel that they did not want to submit to voluntary interviews, and as a result, we've turned to the committee to issue subpoenas.
Now, the Cyber Intrusion Investigation Committee that is looking into the breach has voted to issue 4 subpoenas. Lawmakers plan to hold public hearings in the next month or two. And happening today, the Nassau Rules and Finance Committee is meeting to discuss the proposal to lease the Coliseum property to Las Vegas Sands. Now, as Newsday has reported, Sands wants to build a $4 billion casino on the 72-acre plot in Uniondale. If approved, the county lawmakers will vote on the proposal later this month. Even if the plan clears, though, in Nassau, the Sands still needs a gaming license from the state in order to build the casino. All right, let's take a look at your Long Island weather. Tonight, temperatures will be in the 50s with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, we are above 60 degrees with some clouds. And taking a closer look at tomorrow, you can see we're cooling off overall with temps creeping into the 60s with a bit of cloud cover too.
High School Sports is sponsored by PC Richard & Son.
Hi, I'm Greg Sarah. After years of competing at the highest national level in gymnastics, Sophia Pratt of Westbury is ready to make the move into the college ranks. Here's our Carissa Kelman with Sophia.
I feel like I've been doing gymnastics forever. I've literally been doing it since I was 5, and I've just loved it ever since, and I just have such a strong passion for it.
Sophia Pratt wanted to continue that passion for gymnastics in college, but she also wanted to attend an HBCU, a historically black college and university.
I've always wanted to actually go to an HBCU, but that was never an option, so I never really thought it could happen.
Until last year, when Fisk University in Tennessee announced they would be starting the first ever gymnastics team.
When I got the offer, it was so exciting. It's always something like a dream come true.
The Gymnastics Academy where Pratt trains celebrated her commitment with a signing party. When it came time to decide which beam Pratt would be competing on next fall, she says Fisk was the easy choice.
When I got there, I was able to watch a practice with the team, and the camaraderie, the coaches, they were all just so nice, so much fun. I could just totally see myself there. I'm honored to be able to be a part of something so historic and iconic. I'm super excited.
In Deer Park, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
Great story. Thanks, Carissa. Our other top performers this week, we'll start with one very talented high school pitcher. Right-hander Josh Noth of Patchogue Medford. He threw his second career perfect game in a 10-0 win over Riverhead. Noth struck out 19 of the 21 batters. He has 82 strikeouts in 30 1/3 innings pitched, and he's allowed only 3 hits. He's 6-0. In softball, junior Kiara Bolito of Floyd, she went 4 for 5 and hit a 2-run home run in the Colonials' 5-4 win over Newfield. It was her 5th home run of the season. And in boys lacrosse, senior Joe Battaglia, he had 10 goals and 2 assists to lead Belmore JFK to an 18-11 win over Glen Cove in Nassau Conference B. And in flag football, Olivia Agunzo, she threw for 5 touchdowns and ran for another as Division beat the defending Long Island champion from Belmore Merrick 44-32. Agunzo, she completed 16 passes for 252 yards and ran for another 80 yards. Quite the day. Well, that'll do it for this week's top performers. You can read more about our athletes of the week on our homepage. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Thanks for watching. I'm Greg Sarah.
Only in Newsday, a group of female entrepreneurs say they're prioritizing community over competition. Arlise DeStefano and Megan Giannata introduced us to the Boss Babes.
They're female-owned small businesses here in St. James working together to make a big impact.
These women are so inspiring, not only to each other, but to business owners everywhere.
All right, can't wait to check them out. Let's go.
This group of entrepreneurs collectively call themselves Boss Babes of St. James.
We are a community of female entrepreneurs, and we are all kind of in the same area, and we got together with networking, and we just wanted to be community over competition. It was organically, we all just kind of got together, and when we were together, we realized that there was just so much chemistry between all of us, and we figured that we can do so much together.
The women all own St. James stores, including This and That Gifts.
All the farmhouse feels in here.
So many items for the home.
Such fun finds.
Cat and Mouse Photography and Soap Shop.
The studio is right through there.
And she makes and sells her own soaps too.
My Darling Jeans Children's Clothing.
There's so many fun toys.
And isn't this so sweet?
And Gray's Jewelers. What started out as a group of 5 women several months ago is growing. They've already had successful sip and shop events together.
It's just like empowerment. It's just an amazing feeling, and the sense of community is so amazing. And like I said, when you're an entrepreneur and you're by yourself, it can be scary, but when you have this amazing tribe of females, it's just really amazing.
A tribe that's becoming the fabric of the St. James community.
We are all each other's cheerleaders. We are all helping each other. We're all supporting each other.
For Newsday TV, Elisa DeStefano.
All right, for more on the Boss Babes, just go to our homepage and click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.